Welcome to the 8th episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, Heroes vs. Villains. As is tradition, we ought to begin with the artwork that you, the audience, have submitted. This week we only have one submission, but hey, any sort of addition is highly appreciated. The look that you see on the screen right now depicts Bianca Del Rio in the first episode of the show, when they did sort of a drag on a dime challenge, if you remember. Bianca is obviously in a dress that's kind of reminding me of the whole style from the Hercules animated movie. When does she wear anything else? The episode begins with the villains first in the workroom, as they won last week, as always being fed the line of who did they think was eliminated. They all agree that the heroes were obviously worse than them. Raja asks, okay, but here's a better question. Who do you wish was eliminated? Nobody seems to want to answer, so Raja goes, well, I think it would be the best for us and everyone else in the game if we lose a heavy hitter, like Bianca or Ben de la Creme. We get a confessional from Naomi saying,
listen, I agree with her, but I'm not going to say it.
Akira then says that, well, either way, they're still in the majority. Alaska then responds, not unless one of us goes home this week. Then the heroes start coming into the workroom. Both Fifi and Alaska are shocked to see Sharon gone. Alaska in her confessional says that she's sad that she had to see Sharon go, but that this wasn't the first time that they separated. Raja in the workroom asks, so who beat Sharon? And Dela says that it was her. Naomi jokingly tells Raja,
she sure is a heavy hitter.
Instead of hearing the intro, the queens hear Ru's hello, 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 and him entering the workroom from the staircase. To them, that's a little strange, as usually they would first get the video message from Ru, and then he'd come in and explain the challenge. However, this is even stranger to us, the audience, as we would usually first get the over-edited ending to the cold open, which would lead into the theme song, and then the episode would continue. Ru tells the queens, you have fought so hard up until this point, so I believe you deserve a break. That's right, this week we are not doing a challenge. This confuses the queens, but Ru continues. Oh, also, it breaks my heart to see you all still so divided. So how about today you all get together, mingle, talk, strategize maybe, and see what's happening with your enemies. The queens are all very okay with that. Finally they can relax a little and fully break out of their assigned teams. Ru leaves them, and while they're hugging and whatnot, that's when we get to the theme song. We immediately start seeing interactions between queens that we haven't seen previously. First we get a little season 5 top 3 reunion with Jinx, Alaska and Roxy, with Jinx saying, I'm going to beat you both like the last time. Bob and Naomi are obviously getting back together, even though only 2 episodes ago they spent, well, 2 full episodes working together. There do seem to be some queens on the outs. Of course, they're all colleagues, friends and everything, but seemingly Asia, Akira, Fifi and Bianca even are kind of looking for a solid partner or partners, but that's barely noticeable. The queens are sat on those couches in the workroom and they're just talking about the competition, first going over everyone that's been eliminated so far, starting with Nina and ending with Sharon. Akira says that she noticed that a lot of the queens that won a challenge later ended up being eliminated, so she hopes that she isn't the next to go. Raja goes, well, speaking of wins, let's see where we're standing. I have one, Akira has one, Alaska says that she has one, as does Bob, and Dela says, I'm the only one that has 2. Dela in the confessional says that this clearly puts a target on her back in the future. Raja teases Bianca for not winning a challenge yet, after her tremendous performance in season 6, and Bianca snaps back with something. Listen, I'm not even going to try to match Bianca's insult comedy, so let's just leave her responses blank for now. Naomi says,
wait, do you really think we're just going to sit here all day and do nothing?
And Bob says, well, Ru did say that's all there is to do today. With 11 of them all there, they now start talking in smaller groups. Some are maybe going out taking cigarette breaks. So amidst all of that, Bianca approaches Raja, and then later the 2 of them go to Naomi to tell her that they also have doubts about this just being a day off. Naomi says,
yeah, now that we're merged, I think something's going to change. Maybe we're going to start taking each other out.
Asia overhears them and shares with the entire group what they're talking about, with Bob saying, Bianca's finally on the villains team, I guess. Fifi, in her confessionals, shares her thoughts on this and says, as someone who did strategize on my original season, I don't want to do that again here. At least, not so obviously. Naomi's not afraid to speak up, but before she's able to do that, Ru enters the workroom in drag, which obviously confuses the queens. Ru goes, surprised? Roxy asks Ru, wait, if we're merged and today's our day off, why are you in drag? Ru, very animated now, first laughs and then responds to Roxy by saying, a merge? I never said anything about a merge. No, you're still heroes and villains. I just wanted you girls to talk. Meet me on the runway in full drag. You have 1 hour. And he just leaves. Asia goes, well, you heard the boss, and goes to the mirrors to start doing her makeup. Some queens follow her, some are confused, and they're hesitant. Alaska's still baffled from the whole strategy conversation earlier, knowing that a strategic gameplay can get you to the crown, openly asks Naomi what the whole thing was about from her point of view. Naomi says,
well, we know that the merge is approaching, and maybe something will change. Maybe we're going to vote each other out or something. So if that is happening, I would like to know that I'm safe as long as possible.
Everybody's kinda walking on eggshells. They're mostly silent because they don't know what's happening, but after a small pause, Akira asks Naomi if that whole voting out thing is true. How is she going to vote? Worst overall? Biggest competition maybe? Naomi does not want to respond. Roxy calls her out on it, so when asked back how she would vote, she says, I will try to be fair, but hey, if we band together to take out strong competition, I won't be opposed to it. Dayla, seeing that she might be in trouble as she's the only one with 2 wins, goes, but wouldn't it make more sense to first take out all the previous winners? Now it's time for the runway. It's like any other runway. We get Ru walking out, we get Michelle, Carson, and Ross at the judging panel, and all 11 girls walk on the runway, presenting some whatever looks that they could get together in less than an hour. When all 11 are on the runway, divided into 2 teams, Ru goes, ladies, you must be wondering why I brought you here today. Well, as with any war, each side has to make some sacrifices. There's 11 of you now, but by the end of the day, only 10 will remain. Each group must vote for a tribute that will lip sync for her life. The girls are all shocked, and we do get a confessional from Naomi being all smug going, told you. Ru continues, one by one, you will go back to the workroom and pick a lipstick of one of your fellow heroes or villains. The queen on each team with the most votes will be lip syncing for her life. Good luck, ladies. I hope you have used your time in the workroom well. Asia, you may begin. Asia, as the first of the heroes and just the first of the cast, is very confused. She doesn't really know what she's supposed to do, but we watch her go backstage, go into that bathroom thingy that we have seen on All Stars, and in front of her are 5 lipsticks. Asia goes, well, I'm not going to vote for myself, that's for sure. And we see her put a lipstick into the box. The rest of the heroes follow, as do the villains. We don't see who chose which lipstick, nor do we hear their explanations. All we hear is suspenseful music playing. Next, we see Bruna and Jason, the 2 pit crew guys, bring out the 2 boxes onto the runway after the voting. One of them is blue with white edges, the other is red with black edges. Ru asks Bruno to approach the judging panel with a heroes box so he could tally up the votes. He starts pulling out the lipsticks and starts reading. Ben de la Creme. 1 lipstick for Ben. Bianca Del Rio. 1 lipstick for Bianca, 1 lipstick for Ben. Bianca Del Rio. 2 lipsticks for Bianca, 1 lipstick for Ben. Ben de la Creme, we're tied again. 2 lipsticks for Ben, 2 lipsticks for Bianca. Ru pulls out the last lipstick and goes, the queen that the heroes chose to lip sync on their side is Bianca Del Rio. We get a close-up of Bianca's face and just the sheer expression of "I'm about to kill all of you" painted across her already painted face. Dela seems upset to have received 2 votes against her, but knowing that she's safe, she wishes Bianca good luck and goes with the rest of the heroes to the back of the stage. Ru proceeds by asking Jason to bring the red box. She opens it, starts pulling out the lipsticks, and starts reading. Raja. 1 lipstick for Raja. Raja. That's 2 lipsticks for Raja. Alaska. 2 lipsticks for Raja, 1 lipstick for Alaska. Alaska. We're tied. 2 lipsticks for Raja and 2 for Alaska. Alaska. That's 3 lipsticks for Alaska, 2 lipsticks for Raja. If there is a tie next, Akira, Naomi, Fifi, and Roxy will vote again for either Alaska or Raja. Let's see. Raja seems a little shaken up, but Alaska is almost already crying. You can see it on her face. Ru pulls out the last lipstick and goes. Alaska, my dear, I'm sorry, but you're the queen with the most votes. Bianca Del Rio. Alaska. I'm sorry, my dears, but you're up for elimination. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. Good luck, and don't fuck it up. The 2 have to lip sync to Cher's cover of The Winner Takes It All. Both Bianca and Alaska are in long dresses, they're both filled with negative emotions. This is Bianca's first time lip syncing on the show, and Alaska's won every single lip sync she's ever been in, but she's never lip synced for her life. Bianca's approach to the song is, much like the lyrics at first, very soft, as is Alaska's. As the song progresses and it reaches the final chorus, Bianca, full of energy, in a very victorious manner, is lip-syncing, not being afraid to glance or point at Alaska whenever Cher sings "The loser is standing small" or "The loser has to fall." While on the other hand, Alaska at this point has smudged her makeup, being a little chaotic. Maybe too chaotic? Either way, as the lip sync ends, both queens get applause from the judges and the queens in the back. Ladies, that was a great lip sync. Well done, both of you. However, only 1 queen can remain in the competition. Alaska. I'm sorry, my dear, but you're not that queen. Bianca Del Rio, Shantae, you stay. Alaska completely breaks down crying, and it takes her a while to leave the stage. Ru then goes, "My queens, congratulations on making the top 10. And congratulations on making the merge. No more heroes and villains. Now, it's every queen for herself. Now, let the music play." Instead of the regular outro to the episode, we get to watch how the queens voted. Asia said that she agreed with the fact that this season should be won by someone who hasn't won a season already, so she picks Bianca's lipstick, knowing that between Bianca, Bob, and Jinx, Bianca's never had to lip sync, so she might be in trouble. Dela, knowing that she's probably in trouble, in hopes of not being the one that has to lip sync, picks Bianca's lipstick, thinking that the other queens will want to take her out. Bianca has a similar idea in mind, and so she picks Dela's lipstick. Bob, as she's friends with Bianca, and as she was also one of the winners on that season, decided to go for Dela, as she has the most wins in the season. Ultimately, Jinx cannot vote for a friend in Dela, so she ends up picking Bianca's lipstick, seeing her as her biggest competition. The first villain to vote is Akira, and Akira goes for Alaska. She says that Alaska not only played strategically, but also was a strong competitor and has already won something in the season. Alaska's next, and knowing that the queens who have previously won a season are probably in danger, in order to cover her ass, votes for Raja. Naomi picks Alaska's lipstick, saying that of course she was going to take out the biggest competition, but she cannot take out Raja, as they are allies. Fifi goes, "Well, maybe you'll follow in Sharon's footsteps and go home," and she puts Alaska's lipstick into the box. Raja, again knowing that she might be in trouble for being a winner that also has a win under her belt, chooses Alaska's lipstick. Lastly, Roxy knows that she cannot vote for Alaska as they're friends and as she saved her so many times in All Stars, so she chooses Raja's lipstick. And that's it. That's the episode. Did you enjoy it? Are you surprised to see Alaska go before the merge? Did you catch how I borrowed from one of Survivor's worst seasons, just because it had such a good twist pre-merge? Do you stan Sheehan? Thank you for watching.